Hello. I'm on Columbus Avenue in Manhattan, and 72nd Street. The Upper West Side. Came up to the Upper West Side today because I went to go to the movie. I wanted to see Megalopolis in IMAX. And if you look up best Manhattan IMAX theaters, which I did, it says that the Lincoln Square, I think it's called Lincoln Square Theater, is the best IMAX screen. And actually, it might be the only one I've been to. It was actually the original, I think, in the city. I went way back. I saw actually one of the best early IMAX. It was in 3D with shutter glasses. It didn't show like regular movies in IMAX at all. They just showed specialty films, some scenic things, some other stuff. So the one I really liked was Siegfried and Roy. They had this Siegfried and Roy documentary, which had all these like trippy effects, and it was in 3D, and I just thought it was really good. So if you ever get a chance to watch the IMAX Siegfried and Roy movie, be my guest. It was quite good. Unfortunately, one of them got chomped ultimately by one of the creatures. And I heard what it was. It's like on Jimmy Dore or something. Somebody was talking about, wasn't really the way. It wasn't really the way it was. There was something that hadn't happened. They were the cat was trying to help the guy or something. That was one of what they thought. I don't know. Anyway, Megalopolis, I really liked. So that was good. I made the effort. I almost didn't make it through all the previews though. Like every preview had this like wrong, these every time there's a cut, there's this and it's all this violent crap, and there were a couple that were sort of calmer movies. One British movie, it looked like some kind of a woman's story, directed by a woman. I don't remember what it's called right now, but that one was. That one wasn't as bangy, but the Mark Wahlberg airplane movie where he's an assassin on some sort of airplane, and anyway, across from me, scenic sights here, is the Dakota Building, and the bus is now in the way, so we'll wait for the bus to clear out. I'll go down here. Actually, I don't come up here all that much. The Upper West Side is a lot different from where I live. It's all like bigger. It's like it's kind of feels richer, and the apartments are nicer and all that. They're like we live in old tenements that are just cramped and kind of horrible, I guess, unless they're really well renovated. But they're not that great. But yeah, right across there, that's the famous doorway where where John Lennon was killed, unfortunately. So, and one time I was walking by here on the other side there, and a car pulled up, and it was very quiet. It was at night, and Yoko got out and walked into the building. So, there's that. I was actually listening to Dave Emery's show just this past week, Dave Emery podcast, and he was talking about the murkiness around the Lennon thing and around Yoko and Yoko's family, how Yoko is really from this very wealthy Japanese family in banking and all that, very powerful, and the implication is like, well, what went on there, as well as another guy at the door. Apparently, once again, the shots, like RFK, came from the opposite direction from the supposed assassin, and the guy on the opposite side was like all involved with the CIA stuff, and all these other undercover. Anyway, Dave Emery was talking about it, so it's not my topic for today. A lot of people out here. This is the entrance of Central Park. Pedicabs. It's kind of. I think I'm going into. Is this Strawberry Fields, or Strawberry Fields is over there across the way? Yeah. So Megalopolis was really good. If you like Aubrey Plaza, you should definitely see it. She's really good in it. A lot of the actors deliver quite amusing performances, like people we are familiar with. One thing about Megalopolis, since it was made by a filmmaker who is 84 years old, or 85 now, who probably is not that likely to make any more movies. The only person that does that is, I think, Clint Eastwood, who will probably be making movies forever. At any rate, it seems like a final statement of an older man about, the world he finds, or he found himself in, the world he lived in. His reaction to it, his feelings about it, and it's been criticized as being, kind of confused and kind of hectic and unfocused and filled with a lot of stuff. Well, I think that seems quite natural for a final statement for an old man. If I was going to make a final statement, and I'm over 10 years younger than he. The woman has a really fine hat. I would say that it would be completely confused already, and so I don't blame it for being confused, because it's a confusing and crazy world. So what else is a fella to say about it than a confusing, crazy movie about power and politics, guys of power, a narcissistic man, which, of course he is one. He had to be one. He had to be one to do what he did, I think, throughout his life. Who do we hear from but these kind of people, these movie directors and so forth, who can put themselves in position to muster that kind of power and influence to do these kind of big things. And here he, financed this one himself, they say, and all that. But at any rate, it even to somebody like me, it comes out as a lucid statement of what is going on now, and there's a shooting of a celebrity in it. There's all kinds of things that are familiar with our time, and as I said, the performances are really fun and lots of great pictures to look at. That was it was good to see it in IMAX because you know, it was very rich with imagery, and you know, it was a really wonderful movie to just sit and watch. And I like his beautiful artificial, you know, sort of movies like that. I really liked One from the Heart. I saw One from the Heart when it was new. I happened to be in Hollywood, and I went to the Chinese theater for the only time I ever went there, and saw One from the Heart with, you know, a beautiful sound system, and it was really nice. I really liked the movie, and so, you know, this is more something more like that, I guess, in a way of you know, a fantasy and a fable, as the title card says. So yeah, so I really like the movie, and I would recommend going to the movie theater and seeing it if you want to, especially if you're an Aubrey Plaza fan, maybe, I don't know. Another thing about Megalopolis is that it reminded me a little bit of a Guy Madden movie, so it had that kind of art movie feel to it, which I really liked. And the Guy Madden thing, I think, came from this voiceover that was used. It was quite a bit like the voiceover that was used in Careful. I don't know, it could have been the same guy, who knows, but it reminded me of a Guy Madden movie, only much more polished and much more money spent on it, and whereas a Guy Madden movie can sometimes feel like an Our Gang Little Rascals thing, like, you know, let's bang something together and put on a show. So yeah, it had that feel to it for me.